Hi everybody, welcome back on the Nomad show with me, Sid, and I'm using a little bit of trickery, using connected plane at the moment just to extend this roof out just a little bit. So I want to, this episode, try and get sometimes connected plane doesn't always work in the direction you're going, because this is a point where you go from one block to the next. So I want to get some of this lot going. I want to do something fancy with the ends of the roof. I want to put what's it called, soffits, as they call it in yeah, they're not going to be UPVC, they're going to be something a little bit more tasteful, but I would really like to be able to start drawing a line under this little chisels and bits phase that we're doing, and do something else on another episode, on the next episode, or whatever episode that may be. So yeah, I'm just a little bit conscious that this stuff, whilst it looks nice, can be not necessarily the most gripping stuff in the world. This is I would imagine the Minecraft equivalent of watching paint dry. But it needs to be done. We need to get this finished. So I am going to just hammer very quickly through this section here, just to get this kind of done, and I'll be back in a moment. Alright, just a quick update. I am now at the stage where we've got the overhang done. We've got the noise around the edges done with the dirt. So what we need to do now is get the well, I suppose for want of a better word, we are looking at this. So what I'm going to do is I'll show you a little bit. So we're going to have this on the end, and it's going to be, I think, too deep, and it's going to come down like so, and also up like so. So we'll have a slight lip and a slight underhang, and of course we want it to come out like this as well. So that's going to go all the way across to the top, and then at the top here, what we need to do, if I can get myself in position, this is more tricky than it. No, I know I want those out, but I need to work from the right position to the right position. If you kind of catch my drift, if I'm doing it wrong, then everything's going to go wrong, and we don't want everything to go wrong. We want everything to go right. And it's not going right. No. Now this bit here will then go up like that, and obviously we will have down as well. I don't know that I can reach from there. Not like that, I can't. You know, it is, I said it before, and I will no doubt say it many times again, chisels and bits is bloody wonderful, but it's also a complete pain in the backside, because you can't do anything without it suddenly taking 17 times blood. And I've timed it, it is definitely 17 times. No, I haven't really. But what I was thinking then is, if we then bring this down like that, and this further out, then we can have like a little wooden plank bit on the end here as well, just for, I'll leave that there for now, boink. Just for good measure. So it's like that. Yeah, I like that. That kind of works. So got that to do both sides all the way across, and then we can actually start working on the walls and the interior of the bedroom. Again, this is going to take a while, so I'll be back in a mo. All right, that's that. Oh, I think I missed a little bit. Hang on. I was going to say that's that done, but it's not quite, is it? I missed that section there. Anywhere else? Nope, that's it. So we've got the ends of the roof on. Now, from that, we need to now think about putting in a window, feature window, which is going to go here, I think. And it's going to be 3 wide, and it's going to be curved. And we might as well, well, you probably need an axe, don't you? Probably, even though you're like partially weird ass stuff. So we got this going on here. This this thing here will, yeah, floor will sort out. So first things we're going to need is, what have we got in this one? Have we got white? No, it's grey. Okay, where's my other bag? White, yes, white stained clay. And we're going to, I think we'll make it, yeah, we'll make it fairly standard. So let's start off with a plane of clay either side to make that a neat thing, and then that's going to have a plane of clay there. Yeah, that works. And then we'll switch to a single bit, and we're going to come from there. Where are we? You are there. 2 in, 1, 2, and then we'll go like that. That probably works. I'm just trying to see where my so if I'm going here, 1, 2, that's 3. Is that about right? No, I need to be one further up. 2, like that. I think that's how we want to do it. So 1, 2, 3, and that one more again. And then like that. That should be equal. It is. Excellent. So from there we're going to go in 2, and then we'll come down. Yep, that's fine. And the reason I'm kind of doing it like this is to, right, if I want you, I can really actually, let's tell you, let's take that to 3 and that to 2 like that. Yeah. And then from there we'll come in like that. I know this is quite difficult to see. I mean, even I'm finding it quite difficult to spot some of these colours, because I'm using white clay against a white background. I almost feel like I'm painting using snow on white paper. Does that work? I think that works. So what we can actually do is, we don't need to worry too much about that one, because we should be able to invert this using the pattern. I just wanted to make sure that we were getting a kind of shape that I liked, and yeah, I think we have. So if we now go back to connected plane, we can bring this all the way across like this, and then jump in here, grab that, we're going to copy it, turn through 90 degrees and paste. And we have run out of this stuff. It's alright, not a problem. We shall fix that with the simple expedient of using that, and then we're going to take this in, and if I take you and place that and that, then that gives me two blocks back. Lovely. Right, so we're getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere, and now we're into the realms of where we're putting the window and what we're doing with this. So I was thinking that what we would start off with is we probably want to do a single bit actually to start off with, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It'd be a lot easier if I could see where the join is there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, that should do us, and then we can go into... Are you getting repaired? I think it is, but I'm not 100% certain. 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we do the same here. And the same here. So Chisel and Bits is one of those, it's one of those mods where you really can just go absolutely mad with it, which is great in some respects, but it can be an absolute pain in the backside as well, as you can imagine, because what we got there, a little bit of jacaranda wood there. I don't even want that. What I want is this, and we are going to go Alt connected plane. We're going to bring the grass slightly into the doorway there, and then put that away, and that's all good. And this is going to go into line mode to start off with, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 4? Yeah, 4's good. And bring this up all the way up to the top here, and then we're into, unfortunately we are into single bit mode, because we're going to fill in around this frame here all the way around. So let me get that done. We're also going to have line mode across the bottom here, because that's going to be the same. And then we're probably going to be, if I can find the middle point, that's there, line mode here and here. No. To get the upright, and this will be this will go like that, and I'm going to have glass in as well. This is actually going to go the same. We're going to have a frame which works very much like this. Anyway, I've got a little bit of detail to put in, so let me get some more of this done. I'm back in a moment. Alright, well, we've got the window in. I've also put a dado rail, or dado rail, depending on how you like to pronounce it, around the edge here. Bed is still accessible, and let's go and have a look at this from the outside. I've not seen this myself yet. Oops, did manage to knock one of those hidden torches out, but yeah, I am liking that. Sorry. I'm thinking, rather than... There's a witch down there somewhere and all. Rather than do that kind of roof on this section, I'm thinking of doing it so it kind of slopes down over, over the whole section from there, and then over that bit as well. And we may do something similar on the oh shush, on this thing here. We may get a little bit of slopey roof coming out that way as well, because obviously we've got windows poking out in all sorts of directions around here. which is pretty good. The other thing I need to do, I've just noticed, I do need to do something with this here. I don't think I've got, oh, I have got some. So in theory, oh, I don't want to do that. In theory, I can take this lot out here. If I then change that to, no, not a drawn region. Well, I suppose I could do drawn region. That wouldn't hurt, would it? And then, no, yeah, that will work there. It looks a bit odd when you're using it because you've got your shield. He's having a little, coming in for a little bit of the action, but it's not the end of the world. That fly sound is probably, I wish there was a way I could turn one sound off. Anyway, so what we've got going on here is pretty straightforward. Just glass, we're looking in. I like that. I think that's got a certain degree of class to it, shall we say. And then we've got this thing over here. Now what we can do here, as I'm thinking again, is getting in with this kind of framework, and it's, I mean, it's not difficult. It's just get a bit of timber going around in the various places, and then we may thicken some of these and, you know, do that kind of stuff. This is what I mean about chisels and bits taking over. It is insidious, and I'm not talking about, you know, Darth Insidious. This is just insidious. It has no Darth to it. But we can take that and we can probably, if I were to go up here, oops, with a line, we could take a frame up this side as well, maybe all the way, and maybe frame out around this side, just get some detail. And this is all about the detail, this build, to the extent that I actually feel like I'm neglecting quite a few bits and pieces that we should be. Still only night time, okay. But I think, you know, in the long run, this is going to be a very satisfying build, because we're going to end up with something that is uniquely detailed. Oops, with a lot of character to it, which is you know, pretty much all you can hope for in a decent Minecraft, but well, a nice Minecraft build, really. You know, you're just aiming to get something that hopefully pleases yourself. I think that's the key for me. If I'm happy with it, then the build has been successful. If other people like it, then it's doubly successful, but that isn't a requirement. That is just a happy bonus. Take you over there, same over here. That's interesting. Well, I would have expected that to be spot on, but it's not. I'm not complaining, but it's a little bit of a surprise. But yeah, this stuff here is, you know, pretty straightforward. It's just a matter of filling in around the edges here with this, and then we can do something else, you know, around things, get some more detail in the place, and the world should be, all things being equal, good and happy. So let me just get this bit of work done here, and oops, and we'll be right back with you in a moment. All right. I don't know how long this episode is going to be. It's been a very long time for me recording wise, because the chisels and bits just takes an age. So that to me, I'm happy with that. I want to put some greenery on the outside, do something, a few bits and pieces to give it some more character. I was thinking if I've got any. Have I got any? I may not have any. I was thinking leaves, but I've probably not got any trimmed at the moment. The other thing I want to do, and I also need to go and get some more. Got a little bit of dark oak. I could do with more of it, really. It doesn't matter. We'll go with 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, you get multiples, don't you, with quark? Yeah, we get 3. Perfect. Ebony doors. Excellent. Although, no, let me just have a look. Let me just, how does that look again? I like that. That looks a nice contrast colour. So, what I want to do up here is about here. Taking you off, you off, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then this is going to, I'm going to need a little bit more of that, but this is going to, I'm not worried about getting the blocks out in any usable format. What I do want is that, yep, that's all good and good. Actually, that didn't need to come out. And neither did that. It doesn't really matter though. It's not the end of the world. Neither is it rocket science. We need to go and just divest ourselves of some bits and pieces, I think, as well. Like some bugs. We don't need those about a personage. We probably don't need these chisels and bits either. Which means we can put the bit bags away, and that and that. Yeah, that kind of helps. What I wanted was a little teeny bit of 1, 2, 3 of that. And that's going to go 1, 2, 3 in there, and then what we're going to do is we are going to get this going like this. Actually no, that I didn't really need to go that high, did I? That will do fine. Wardrobe. With, once we've got them, let me go in there and get to the crafting thing. It is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and that. 3 armor stands. 1, 2, 3. Now this here needs a little bit of chisels and bits action. Actually, I was premature. Dark oak. That's what we need, and we'll get a little bit of that going. So here what we can do, I think, is get that going on. to frame out this door. Let me just quickly sleep. And we can obviously repeat that pattern going around the top. Ow, it's probably cost us chisels and bits there that I'm taking. It doesn't matter, it's just it's a little bit annoying, but you know, it's not a significant amount of damage, so it's hardly an issue. And yeah, that's fine there. And then what we need to do is, if I go here and do that, it's a funny thing, chisels and bits. As Jeremy was just saying that he doesn't know how I've got the patience for it, and to me it's not about patience. It's about, I actually enjoy the challenge of coming up with these micro designs. I think I've probably got a little bit of the modeler instinct. Can I get up there? I can. Excellent. Bang, bang. Because this kind of level of building, albeit obviously in a kind of more of a creative mode, must be what people who are building these models, you know, the actual block models, do day in, day out. And we sit there and play with our bibliocraft. I mean, I'll be honest, I'll be happy when we do get bibliocraft and stuff. It's conspicuous by its absence, actually, bibliocraft at the moment. Enough that it, you know, I wonder sometimes whether we're ever going to get it. Right, that gives us that, which means we can go downstairs and get our spare hot weather gear from the front room, and pick up that. I love the fact that you just, to pick up an armour stand, you just give it some welly. There we go. Wardrobe in. I've got plans for some other bits and pieces, but there you go. That's then. We got the we can do some stuff with the bed. I don't know what to do with the bed. Whether I can bring it away from the wall a bit and do something fancy with the chisels and bits to make like a full poster, maybe. But on the whole, it's got to be said, I am really happy with the way this is turning out. We'll get rid of that eventually, obviously, and things like this will be a lot easier to handle. I can black stuff in there. That probably just wants to go in the bin, yada yada. But yeah, it's starting to come together, and I hate it when there's a witch right under the ground here. She's got to be. Witches are terrifying enough without having without having half the life you start off with. But yeah, I think we're getting there steady. So on that note, I think we're going to call it an episode. I'm not sure how exactly. I was 20 minutes sorry, before I started recording this clip. So probably not, might be a bit of a shortish episode, but there you go, we'll live. And until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you soon. And bye for now.